Today, how overcoming a cognitive bias called anchoring can help all of us spend less without feeling so deprived. Hi, I'm Graeme Newell. My speeches and webinars show you how to use the latest brain science insights to avoid costly mistakes. Click subscribe and the bell below to see more of my videos. Okay, a quick question for you. How successful is the economy of Slovakia? Okay, unfair question. Well, Slovakia's annual GDP is $95 billion. But is that a good number? Is that a healthy economy? Well, probably the only way you're going to be able to answer that question is if I give you something to compare it to. So here are the GDPs of some more familiar countries. What you'll notice is that Slovakia is doing just fine, ranking about the middle of the pack. So that little comparison process you just went through is how most all of us determine what's a fair price. How much should an apple cost? Well, I'm not sure, but I know that the big apple should cost more than the puny one right next to it. When our brain assesses the worth of an item, it's not so much looking at the intrinsic value of that item. Instead, it's looking at the other stuff similar to that item. How much should a 24 megapixel camera cost? Well, I'm not sure, but it should cost less than the 48 megapixel camera. Now, if our brain's decision-making process was truly objective, we wouldn't do this. Instead, we'd assess value by gauging the level of pleasure an item gave us. We'd be happy to pay more for things that we love a lot and less for mundane things. But that's not how we do it. Your brain's misguided obsession with comparison makes it vulnerable to manipulation by people who want you to buy things. Which of these orange balls is bigger? Well, actually, they're both the same size. Which of these dinners has the most calories? All I did was change the size of the plate. They're actually all the same. Brain scientists call this behavior anchoring. And it's how businesses get us to be hopelessly bored with the stuff we have and crave the stuff we don't have. Now, a few years back, the kitchen store Williams-Sonoma introduced a new bread maker, and the sales team was freaking out because no one was buying it. Customers said that the $275 cost was just way too spendy. So the chain hired a pricing specialist to fix things. They didn't lower the price. Instead, what they did was put the cheaper bread maker next to a much higher priced model. Now, they didn't sell hardly any of these high price models, but suddenly the cheaper model started flying off the shelves. That comparison made the cheap bread maker look like a bargain. If you'd like to learn about another powerful cognitive bias that causes us to pay too much, I've got another video for you, so click on the link right here to see that video now. So how can you outsmart the manipulators and avoid the anchoring effect? Here are 3 tactics. Number 1, clearly identify your anchors. Too often we get transfixed by the object of our affection, and we fail to notice the comparison items that have determined the anchor. Tactic number 2, delay your decision. Slow down the buying decision and give yourself some time to seek out additional information. I recommend you impose a 24-hour buying moratorium on your purchases. You'll be amazed how often you'll end up asking yourself, why did I ever want that thing in the first place? And tactic number 3, create your own anchor. This means doing all of your homework ahead of time. Before you head out to make a purchase, research average prices, quality levels, and features. Walk into the store or shop online with the range fully fleshed out in your head. Right now, I'm working on another video on how cognitive biases tempt us to make bad choices. If you'd like to be alerted when that video is completed, just click on my face below to subscribe. And be sure to click that alert bell too. And I've created tons more videos on how brain science can help you make smarter choices. Click on the box right here to see that full playlist now. I'm Graeme Newell, and that's Better Decisions Through Brain Science.